So guys, welcome back. I now have the amp precariously on top of the cabinet and we're going to try to power it up, see what's what. I wasn't going to do this because of the way you need to connect the speaker internally, but I thought it might be nice to know how the amp sounds before we do anything. And we have the B camera there rolling to catch any disasters happening. So let's see what happens and try to power it up. So we're going to go over here and let's do this. Is, by the way, the isolation transformer and light bulb limiter. So we're going to flick it on and the lamp is glowing quite slowly and the amp powers up. Nothing seems too bad, but as you probably can hear over the fan noise, there's something not quite right. Dear Lord, what a scratchy pot. That one seems fine. That one seems fine. That one seems fine. Do we dare touch it? That one is a bit scratchy. And the volume is horrible. And there's some sort of, I don't know, oscillation or something going on. So we're going to flick it off and see what's what. Yeah? Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, so that was a pain. Top tips, these nuts come out quite easily. They're captive in the plate that went here, the shielding plate. Then you just need to deconnect these two connectors, slathered in hot glue. And as you can see, the whole thing is smothered in thermal grease. I've cleaned that off somewhat. And then you need to desolder this wire. It's not very fun to try to get inside one of these. I managed to get the caps out, these honking big ones. As you can see, thermal grease even on those, also glued in. No obvious faults with these, so I think we're going to have a little look with the ESR meter, see what we can see. So let me just get that for you. We're going to be using this here, the Atlas ESR. We're going to plug the test leads on it. The ESR is one measurement, the other one is so this one seems okay. It's a bit low and the ESR seems rather okay, 0.02 ohms. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll ground that out. Let's check the other one. And of course, might be me, it's completely wrong. So we'll see. The ESR looks good on that one too. 440. So these are, you know, what's 20% of 47? 4700. 10% is 10% would be yeah, 10% would be 470. So these could be out by like 900 if they're 20% or 10%. So I will change them, see what's what, and yeah, So let me grab a couple of new ones and we'll look into it. Yeah, so I have these new Nikons, really good caps these. So we'll plonk one on the tester and see what it says. Yeah, so here we go again. Here's the new one. Bit better ESR, 0.01. The capacitance is approximately the same. So we are going to plonk in 2 new of those and meet you on the flip side. So we're back in a bit. So that was a bit of an ordeal. I counted, let's see how many caps we replaced. We replaced these 2, then we have these 2, the other filter caps for the preamp. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 caps. I think I measured them all. The ESR wasn't too bad. None of them tested faulty or anything. One was a bit marginal. So, and I'm not going to bother running them through with the mega ohm meter and see if they actually can stand voltage or if some of them were leaky. But yeah, so let's go and focus on this here. Focus. You bastard. There we go. So yeah, let's focus on that. There is something written beneath all that junk. So we'll see if that'll do it. I have a sneaky suspicion that this thermal grease isn't quite the dielectric that they think it is. Or that somebody thought it is. So we're going to clean off all that junk and see if that sorts it. There are also a lot of marginal solder joints, a couple of dry joints on the input jacks and effect loop and line out and what have you. So I touched those up as well. So I should be fit for fight. So let's clean it up and then we'll maybe put it back and see what it sounds like. So, there we go. Didn't take too long. Now we can read what it actually says there. So, what they're doing is that they have 2 diodes, D5 and D6, that are up against those transistors. And the idea is to thermally couple those diodes to the heatsink for some reason. So, that was probably factory. That horrible heat. The thermal compound job there. But yeah. So let's talk a bit about what's a bit special about this amp. Because I thought that this maybe was some sort of the blue wire that came in here. Was some sort of bias circuit. And then the yellow wires that came in here were the main circuit. But no! The blue wires are the power supply for the preamp section, which is strewn about, but mostly over here. And this then, that feeds... Oh, sorry, no, that's speaker connector. This one I'm talking about. Whoop. This one, here's where the yellow wires connect. And this feeds the high voltage to high in like 40-50 volts to the main power amp section. So what's happening here is that we get the preamp stuff going here. It's a bit of op amps, a bit of transistors, everything la-di-da. Then it feeds into the power section. And the fun thing is that the rails are, it's a bit, we'll look at the schematic here in a while, but it works by basically connecting the plus side of the speaker between these two huge caps, which go from rail to rail, plus minus, and the minus is driven by these two big transistors. I said MOSFETs earlier, those are transistors. And the same thing with these. And these are basically the first gain station. These are then the power transistor that drive the speaker. So that's a bit of a peculiarity. Then we have these LEDs. These are just before the power amp section, in between the power amp section and the preamp. And these go directly to ground through, if I remember, a 10 ohm resistor, probably somewhere around here. And these are wired back to front, so one is biased the one way and the other one is the other way around. And this is basically a clipping circuit as you would see in some fuzz pedals. And the idea is to provide soft clipping so that this clips before the transistor starts clipping. So that's a bit of a neat trick. So that's to get, you know, if you drive the amp into distortion, you still get a bit of a nicer sound. So yeah, that's about it. Next we need to clean the pots and we should be good to go. So, here we are. As you can see, it has changed. However, that's still... But now it's at least completely silent. I think this problem, it goes away when I keep the pot grounded. So I think this is actually an issue that we don't have... Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go. I think it's an issue with the pot not grounding properly. So that shouldn't be too much. So yeah, let's try that test point over there and set it to 21 volts and we'll see what happens. But it's a bit noisy at the moment. But keep in mind also it's on the isolation transformer, it's not quite getting full voltage. It's only getting about 200 volts at the moment, as you can see. Punch in for you. So we could, and it's drawing a fair bit of current, so we could see if giving it another bulb, well, that jumped up the voltage at least. And that I think will fix itself as soon as we can get that pot down. Because noise doesn't have really anything to do with the pot setting. Let's give it a bit of gain. And now if I hold that pot, it's completely silent down to full volume basically. So there's, yeah, so with the proper ground and everything, I think this will be alright. But we will see what the test point says and take it from there. So, there we have it. As you can see, Fluke says almost 21 volts. And basically just clip the voltmeter between that and the ground point. Okay, that's a bit weird. I don't know what it's taking up now. Weird. Might be my phone or something. That's probably it actually. But yeah, I think we're done here. So in the next video we will look at, you know, how it sounds with the bass plugged in. And some kind soul had lost the 2 input jack nuts, so we need to find 2 of those. These are standard nitric isolated jacks, so that shouldn't be a problem. So, but we only have 3, we need 5, and knob is missing. So if you have a knob for Trace Elliot, aka one of these, kindly be in touch. So, need one of those. Yes, so, alright, I think that does it for now, so, yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers! So, we're back again. Now it's still a bit scratchy. I wonder if that pot actually would need some more cleaning or something. But it's a lot more quiet after you tighten down all the knobs and jacks. I wonder if that will go away when we give it a proper ground. But you see, I have the shielding in place and everything, and it's also probably good that it's not quite this open to the environment. So, but yeah, seems to be doing rather a lot better now. Not maybe the most dramatic of repairs, but still. I'm a bit worried about this pot here. Let's see. But it's a lot better when it's nice and tight against up the... so that the back of the pot is shielded, because that's how it gets its ground. But it might be that that pot needs to go. But otherwise, new Nikon and Vert electronic caps. Nikons are the black ones and brown ones. The red ones are Vert Electronics. Quite good caps. Nothing wrong with them. Cleaned up that mess. Reflowed a lot of solder joints. And now it's a lot better. And now it's taking up junk from my phone again. Yeah. There we go. So, that's the end of part 2. Once again. And we'll see you in part 3 when we try to play it.